Well, Gary, a terrible day at the office. Your thoughts on that, please?
Well, I think you've said the word straight away. It's very disappointing. It's very uncomfortable straight after the game as a manager. It's very easy to turn around and shut the door and say I don't want to talk to anybody in any way or form. But as I say, as a football manager and as a manager of a group of players, you have to turn around and enjoy the highs and face the lows. And it's very, very low, really. There's no doubt about it. First of all, as a manager, you know, on behalf of the management staff, owe an apology to our supporters, even more so the ones who've come here today and the ones who will look at the result in probably disbelief, because it's hurting me now while I'm talking to you. But I think everybody knows, as honest as I can be and fair as I can be, as I say, it's not very nice 15 minutes after the game to have to come here, but that's part and parcel. But, you know, irrespective of whether we had 10 players for long periods or not, the scoreline shouldn't be that. I saw certain things in the second half which was even more disappointing. I was disappointed with the referee from where I am. I am a fair way away from the situation when it was 0-0. I thought Hyde had the best opening of the first 20 odd minutes. I felt that we weathered a storm and we had 2 or 3 opens ourselves, but the game seemed to settle down. But all of a sudden a long ball from where we are, it looks like the boy Spencer's won the header, which evidently Brett Johnson said he did. And Brett Johnson just stood off him. The referee's 50 yards running back the other way. The boy Spencer's got up and laughed. When he's getting sent off, I think the pink boot showed him really with his high heels on. It just about summed it up. It summed it up the way he went over, and the referee's like, it's disappointing. It's disappointing from that point of view. But you know, you come in and you're hoping you can try and stay in the game. But I'm afraid to say that they scored early in the second half, and it was a case of, as I say, that it was very uncomfortable to watch. I'm sure for the supporters who's travelled here, it certainly was as management. And you know, if you're a player and you wear a shirt and you watch, which you're going to have to do, in respect of how their effort was in the second half, very disappointing and not acceptable for the club.
As you say, Gary, there have been other games this season where we've gone down to 10 men. You can think of Telford away and Grimsby away, and you know, I know afterwards you spoke of your pride of the way the players had fought and battled, even though actually they didn't get anything out of the game. And today that just didn't happen, did it?
No, it never happened at all, John. You know, when you see at the end there, and you know, and all credit to Hyde, they got some great goals, and you know, take nothing away from them. They've done what we done last week, and all credit to them in every way. But when you see the score where it is, and there's 5 minutes to go, and you see 6 Hyde players breaking, and you see 3 or 4 of your own Woking players trotting back, it's not very healthy. It's not very nice.
And you must
see where we are.
And you must sort of almost be shaking your head in disbelief, thinking this is a side that scored 7 last week against Farnborough and conceded 7 this week against Hyde.
Well, yeah, you say that, as I say, John, you can't turn around and defend that or try and defend that. If you're laying up trying to do that in any way or form, the only person laying up is kidding yourself, and you can't do that in football. You know, as I say, it's lovely in every way or form. I had a wonderful 2 years at the club, but it's a very, very sad day today as a manager. And it's a case of now that you know, we have to look at situations in the best way we can, and at the end of the day you take your accolades, and we have to stand up as a management team and as players. But that's not acceptable for the football club in any way or form, and I think the players have got to look at themselves as well, because it's exactly the same team, you know, what won last week. So you know, there was no changes in formation. You can't turn around, John, and try and defend or make excuses for that. It's not acceptable, as I say. I can only apologise at the present time, and I want to try and clear my head with Steve Thompson and have a chat and see what we feel is right in respect of trying to get a team out there on the park. Whether you win, lose or draw, there's a manner, and the manner today was not acceptable, and you can't turn around and hide from the fact that the scoreline tells the story.
And perhaps fortunately, as a game coming up on Tuesday, away at Lincoln, so perhaps a chance to try and rectify things.
Be nice, John, or we can hopefully have about 2 or 3 foot of snow so it's cooled off, so we'll look at it one way or the other, but no, we've got to go work and that's it. But at the moment, as I say, we have to turn around and take it on the chin. I can do that, my staff will do that. We're going to see now what some players are really worth, what players are really, wanting to do, and let's see how much it is hurting. That's what we can only do, John.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Gary. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers.